Hello, hello, and welcome back to another episode of Brownies for Breakfast with me, April Federico. And today we are talking about how 10 months ago, today, July 6th, this is when I'm recording this. 10 months ago, I quietly made a decision. Well, actually, it was pretty noisy, but it changed everything regardless. I chose sobriety. There was no dramatic rock bottom. Well, actually, there was. And there was a big public declaration because if you know me, I post on social media like, I don't know what, but just a pretty noisy, honest moment where I realized that the life I was living, the constant anxiety, the foggy mornings, the reliance on alcohol to feel confident and talkative, wasn't aligned with the person I wanted to become. It wasn't aligned with my highest self. And let me be real, staying sober, that's where the true transformation happened. In sobriety, I never saw it as punishment. It is pure bliss and peace. For so long, I thought sobriety was about restriction, about saying no to fun, no in quotation marks, no to connection, and no to celebration. But the truth is, sobriety isn't about missing out. It's about finally showing up as your true, authentic self. It's about peace. It's about clarity, confidence that isn't poured from a bottle of wine or even Grey Goose. It's about romanticizing the sober life. I made my mocktails pretty, so that includes like club soda and cranberry juice and pretending like it's a little Cosmo, but it's faux. And I bought myself flowers. I can buy myself flowers. Just kidding. And I always light a candle before my nightly tea. And back when I drank espresso like no other, I would romanticize it as the like me espresso. I stopped treating sobriety like a punishment and started treating it like the self-love practice that it really, really is. And this is how I stayed sober for 10 months. And this is the real, unfiltered truth. Here's what helped me navigate the hard days, the cravings, and the inevitable why aren't you drinking questions. So, number one, I got clear on my why. I wrote it down, I read it often. My sobriety is about health, mental clarity, self respect, and freedom. That why anchored me when my mind, and I'll get to cravings in a second, but two, I changed my environment. So, no more ordering drinks at a restaurant. The friends who didn't respect my choices, I lovingly created space, but some people will question you. Let's put it that way. But healing does require new spaces and sometimes new people. And I'll get to community in a second. Three, I practiced my go-to responses. The questions came like, why aren't you drinking? And with a smile and confidence, I answered, I feel better without it, or it's just not for me anymore. No explanations, no apologies, because you should not have to do either one. Four, I filled my calendar with soul-filling things. Like, for example, Pilates. I went on one yesterday with one of my recommenders for grad school, and more on that later, but actually, I'll tell you now. I am actually going to BU Life Update for education, my master's in education, and I'm focusing on curriculum and teaching in elementary ed. Yes! So, yeah, and that just goes to show that sobriety actually reveals new opportunities. But moreover, the more I fell in love with my sober life, the less I missed the old one, my drunken life, to put it bluntly. Five, I stayed connected to a sober community, so that really made me carve out a niche for myself on Instagram, TikTok. I never went to AA because I don't think that should define you. I mean, good for you if you're in AA, but I just found that it really wasn't for me. And hearing others' stories made me feel less alone, and it kept me accountable. 6, I learned to sit with the discomfort. Anxiety, loneliness, boredom, I didn't numb it. I felt it. And over time, I built a quiet yet a little bit noisy. Let's be real. It's a noisy comeback. I built a quiet yet noisy resilience that I never thought was possible. And 7, I reminded myself, cravings pass. Let me say that again. Cravings do pass. The urges felt overwhelming at times, and they always passed. I mean, I distracted, delayed, and remind myself, look how far you've come. You didn't come so far just to come so far, or whatever that phrase is. And I celebrated the milestones, big and small. Day 10, day 100, a week, month 10, today. And every moment was a reminder. I'm rebuilding my life. That deserves a celebration. I even posted in Matthew McConaughey's group, The Art of Living, and God, people really resonate with my message because so many people actually go through the same thing. And number 9, I let myself evolve. You know, you may lose people here and there, but that's just because you're growing in character. I outgrew old versions of me. It was uncomfortable, but it was really necessary. Healing isn't about staying the same, it's about becoming who you were always meant to be. And this is the version of me that alcohol could never give me. Today, I feel more of myself than ever. Clearer, stronger, unapologetically authentic. Sobriety didn't just strip something away, it gave me everything I've been searching for in the bottom of a glass: confidence, peace, joy, and presence. And maybe most importantly, it taught me that choosing yourself, even when it's hard, even when it's lonely, is always worth it. So if you're thinking about sobriety, start here. Okay, I want you to write these down. Romanticize the sober life. Get clear on your why. Change your environment if needed. Practice your confident responses. Fill your life with things that light you up. Stay connected to community. Celebrate your milestones. Learn to sit with discomfort. Trust that cravings will pass and let yourself evolve. You're becoming someone extraordinary. And 10 months ago, I never thought I'd be here. Today, I can't imagine being anywhere else. Yeah, wow. It just baffles me. Yeah, it almost amazes me. It does amaze me, not baffle, but yeah, it just reminds me that like this is my highest self. And my highest self doesn't drink. I remember writing that down at least a year ago when I was struggling with sobriety, and I did it. I frickin' did it. Yeah, so if this resonated with you whatsoever, please give me a follow on Instagram at the April Federico and comment below if this resonated with you. If you're listening to this on Spotify, if you're listening to this on Apple, leave a 5-star review if it feels aligned. And yeah, just feel free to connect with me, because I'd love to hear your stories. And that, my friends, is how you stay hot, healthy, and sober. Alrighty, so I will see you guys next time, but in the meantime, choose yourself, read a book, and do something other than doom scrolling, or drinking for that matter. Okay, bye guys.